Hello, album enjoyers. Quick note to remind you of the Enjoy an Album Patreon page. For £5 a month, you get 2 extra episodes a week. They are ad-free. They are your fun, regular, normal episodes. Just me and Chris just fucking chatting and scatting about some of the best and worst albums of all time. Or you also get the access to the back catalogue of Patreon posts we've already done. Robbie Williams.
Iron Maiden.
Lin-Manuel
Miranda's Hamilton.
That was a good one. We've recently done Janelle Monáe.
Ed Sheeran, Janelle Monáe.
Ed Sheeran. Oh, the Raytons. Yes, there's been some really good episodes on there, so worth it. If you've run out of pods,
it's not like extra stuff. It's not like some podcasts are like, oh hey, we recorded a wee bit extra. This isn't like the fucking trimmings, man.
No, this is your gourmet album enjoyer experience.
This is an extra meal.
Absolutely. And you might be like, I don't want an extra meal. I'm full. Well, this is a better one that you won't be more full of. So how about that?
That is what we offer.
You also get early access to live shows, which is probably one of the biggest sells. So sign up to Patreon now at patreon.com/enjoy an album. Hello and welcome to Fringe an Album.
Fringe an Album at Some Gaff. Laugh Up mashup.
We are hanging out at the Some Laugh service department. The boys are doing pretty well. They have cleaners.
Come on, don't put up. Don't tell cunts I've got cleaners, man.
They come in the department. I don't think they hired them differently. Anyway, we're a bit of a different episode this week. It's the middle of the Fringe, and as you know, we do, despite how it looks sometimes, normally like to do a lot of research. And a lot of hard work goes into what we talk about. But it's Edinburgh Festival. Christopher is doing about 100 million extra shows. I have one. So we're a little bit busier than usual. So we
also have mental health problems. You're having night terrors.
I have physical health problems.
Yeah.
I've got the double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, mental and physical.
Thank God your spiritual health is so powerful and rich.
Yes, I pray every morning to nope, doesn't matter. So
who are you praying to these days, bro? Who are you praying to, man?
Pray to fuck you wish day.
The fucking Diagonal Motors for sponsoring the boys, man. Huh?
So we nearly went, look, we've done 120 episodes. We've never pulled one, never cancelled. Maybe we deserve a little week off as a treat. And then we thought, no.
Little personal life as a treat.
Our fans deserve so much more. Our mental health, it comes secondary to servicing our fans.
Listen,
I think.
I'm going to want to top myself if...
We're going to want to kill ourselves anyway, right? So we might as well do a podcast. Come on to fuck.
I don't think 2 days off is going to make me know what to top myself. Ergo, we're doing it. Thanks so much for listening.
Thanks. I mean, basically, as a listener, you are now checking in on your mates. So thank you for doing that.
Make sure and check in on them.
Yes,
and when they say that there's something wrong with them, just leave them. I think is what that means.
Yes. So this episode, we're having a bit more of a chill time. We've got Some Laugh King and legend of the game, Marc Jennings.
Shark Jennings, a.k.a. Sparkle Marc Jennings.
Yes. Jenko Unchained himself is going to come in to his living room and join us for a more sort of loose chat about music and the Fringe.
Playlists, pre-show. A lot of people have been messaging me saying, what's your pre-show? What are these songs? So
what are these songs? Christopher, what is this? It's upsetting. So we're going to be just talking about that and our the music relationship to comedy. It's a little bit of a different episode this week, but it's good to do something different every now and then. It's like the Star Wars Christmas holiday special.
It's like Solo. It's like Rogue One. It's like Clone Wars cartoon.
Just listing different Star Wars things. That's fine. So enjoy the ep. Ultras, you're going straight into the body of the ep. Little worms, you're getting an advert right now.
This week we are sponsored by Manscaped.
They are the long-term Enjoy an Album sponsor. They provide the best pubic hair trimming services.
Surely that isn't what you usually say. The best is below the belt maintenance.
They actually avoid the word pubic, I think, because it's a bit gross. Whereas I'm wanting to bring it back and say, hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Look, you need to shave your pubes.
Let's bring pubes back.
Yeah.
But in reverse.
Yeah, let's bring the word pubes back, but let's shave pubes away using Manscaped product like the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Lawnmower 2.0, I believe we're on now. It's got a little light. It's chargeable with a USB-C, same as your phone. It works in the shower. It's very quick to have a whip around downstairs to make you look nice and good.
Your genitals are going to go from a 6.5. They're going to go from
inches. We can't say the Manscaped will give you a bigger dick, but we are inferring
it looks like it.
Yeah, it does look like it. That's the whole point.
It's crazy.
It's wild, actually. You have a shave, you look up, you're like...
trees don't look bigger in winter than in autumn. But...
The earth looks bigger, I think. I don't know if that's how it works. So we are sponsored by Manscaped. We have a code. If you follow the link and type in album20, you'll get 20% off, okay? So do that. Get your balls looking good for whoever wants to look at them, including yourselves.
Balls, cock, arsehole, nose, ear, cock. Check it out. Trim it hard.
Enjoy the episode.
You're listening to Enjoy an Album, the podcast where two comedians listen to some of the greatest albums of all time.
Hello, welcome into the pod. No blurb this week.
Zero blurb. There's nothing to blurb.
Maybe we could improvise a blurb about our guest, Marc Jennings.
Oh, Christ.
Local Scottish comedian Marc Jennings has been tearing up trees here in Scotland and beyond for many years now. His unique brand of Scottish observational humour mixed with his cheeky, affable charm has made him one of the hottest tickets at this year's Edinburgh Festival and beyond. I've said beyond a few times. We're very privileged to have the star of the Some Laugh podcast here on his own couch. It's Marc Jennings. That wasn't too bad.
That was more of a Rolling Stone blurb than a Apple Music one.
Yeah, definitely. What do you mean he's been tearing up trees? Is that a sexual thing?
You know, what would that mean if it was sexual?
Pulling it out, man.
Oh, right. Have you never heard the expression tearing up trees? It just means like doing really well, smashing it, I think.
Oh.
Do you know that expression?
I'd never heard of it.
You've
I bet it's an English thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Probably an Essex thing.
We're always tearing up trees in Essex.
That's
We're
when-
massive fans of
Forever
deforestation.
tearing up trees. That's a good football joke.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So Marc, thank you for coming and joining us. We're going to chat this week not about an album as such, but we're going to talk about the relationship between music and stand-up. Well, I'm sure we've all got many opinions on that, including stuff like pre-show playlists, walk-on music, walk-off music, using music in shows, which I've done a few times, and just some other general notes about stuff we've seen in the comedy world. So how should we start this? Should we maybe go talk to Marc about his pre-show playlist and then maybe do ours?
Yeah, okay.
Mine's is probably like a lot less elaborate.
Do you know what? Before we actually list them, we should just maybe talk about what you can't just put on 5 of your favourite songs or whatever. There's like an idea. What's the point of a pre-show playlist?
Conjuring a vibe.
Yeah.
I'm a vibe conjurer when I'm on the decks, man, you know.
The Magic the Gathering decks.
I'm tapping them, I'm flipping them. You know, I'm summoning lands.
What are you trying to do when you pick your songs before your show starts?
Yeah, I think you don't want to ruin the mood. Like you don't want to, because effectively all you want when you do stand up into it is you just want to have a decent go at it. So you don't want any factor to potentially fuck up what you're about to do. So I think one of the biggest things with a pre-show playlist is you can't have it jarring. It can't be jarring at any point. And I also think that you can't have, if it's too depressing. Like the thing is, and listen, we all know that I have much love for comedy techs in this business.
Sure.
But a lot of them are heavy goths.
They are, aren't they?
And they love all this depressing shit, like much like Christopher does. And
but hang on now,
so
when you say depressing and then you bring up heavy metal, heavy metal's not depressing.
no, I'm saying he's a heavy goth. I'm saying they're just like they're sometimes if they treat it like it's their house party.
Yeah.
and you're going, no, you need to turn that shit off.
Do you remember? There's some people get it so wrong so easily. There's the guy who plays dubstep Beatles before
Aye.
comedy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that same guy was once taking Steve's show. He was doing a solo show at the Stand, and I was just opening for him. And I just said to him, I was like, about 10 minutes after the doors opened, I'm like, get this shite off and put on something decent. Like, I'm fucking watching slip my wrist here. And the other mate came in and he watched Steve fucking do his hour.
I've been guilty of that. I mind when I was 21 or something, and Neil Bratchpiece was running a gig in the old art school bar that became the Beresford Lounge that was something else before that. And the PA was set up, and he went, just put some music on while people are coming in. People just on a Friday, Saturday night. Gary Little was on, I was on, Bratchie was
You're
on.
21 years old.
21 years
You're
old.
loving Los Campesinos.
I stuck on Belle and Sebastian.
Oh my fucking
And it was like the
Jesus.
pure colour my life with the chaos of colour.
Yeah.
Anything's better than posh isolation in these old towns. And these people are like not into it, man. They were not into it.
There's a song on the Monkey Barrel pre-show playlist. It's
Can I guess it?
Yeah.
Is it the one that goes disappointment?
No, that's
in
John
my
Grant. That's
head"?
John Grant.
Is
That one's
that
alright.
John Grant?
Yeah.
Not what you want in your head before that gig starts.
Disappointing. I actually
Don't
don't mind
put
that
the
one so
word
much.
disappointing in people's heads.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't, but I don't mind that one so much. It's it's a Roxy Music song, so it's Brian Eno. And even when Brian Eno's in Roxy Music, I don't think he should be in pre-show playlists. And I
What
brought
song?
this
Is
up.
it Jealous Guy?
It's the one that goes. I think
More than this, you know it's something.
Anyway, I brought it up to head honcho David once,
Johnny Barrow.
and he said, "I went, David, this is a bit of a depressing song to have in the pre-show playlist." And he went, "Well, when you have a comedy club, you can put whatever music you like." Which, you
That's
know,
very funny.
fair enough. If I had a comedy club and some fucking comic came up to me and went, "I don't like this music," I'd go, "Fuck off."
I like that song. More than this.
Yeah.
Lost in Translation vibes.
I remember reading Stuart Lee's book that he liked to play really aggressive jazz before the show.
He wanted it, Jaron.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to create a vibe where people are like, well, it would weed out, it would give him an idea. If people were complaining about the music, he would know, well, these guys are going to be fucking trouble.
I
such a
remember
wank.
going to see. I do remember going to see Frankie a few years ago at the Armadillo. And sorry, I missed that. I went to see Frankie at the Armadillo a few years ago. This was before Christopher was opening for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had.
Who was opening for him then? Doesn't matter.
Like, yeah, let's not do that. Some who's
Francesca Martinez was opening for him.
cancelled.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, somebody let's not go into that. But he had whatever the Kendrick album was that was out at that time. He had it fucking blaring, and I was quite near the back, and I could just see like all these sort of like probably his older kind of crowd that maybe came in the mock the weekdays that he was probably purposely trying to weed out, and they were just like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I also thought, how mad is it that that's like the biggest rap album in the world at the moment, and there's still people like, what the fuck is this? And he's putting them off, but he was just like just playing it and just, I think just taking I don't know, maybe he just likes listening or something. But I remember saying that to him backstage and just like going, like it was just funny watching people react to it.
He's got some insane shit on the playlist for this tour, man, that I've heard, every night for months. Cool Keith has this kind of house song. He's a rapper, but he doesn't rap on this. And he goes, "Get the people in the party," and it's like, dum, 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 and it's just, I love it, man. I love it.
We had for the live episode, which we have put out on the Patreon, but this won't be in it, was we had a record player set up to play the album that we were covering, Evanescence, on the way in.
Yeah,
And so many people commented like, that was so cool.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing to do.
Oh, so before the thing?
As the audience came in, that was playing.
The record was just, the album was playing on the stage. We were giving the album its time to perform on stage.
Yeah, as people walked in and got drinks.
I was sitting in the back on the high chairs and I just thought it was a box for ages. So I realised it was a record player. I didn't know it was a record player. So
What do you mean
just
a
so you
box?
know
What box? What type of
that was
box?
lost on me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Can I just say, as a listener as well, the live show was brilliant. You've done so well. I was so proud of these.
We loved it, didn't we? You can get it on Patreon.
Can we just give a shout out? Who was that boy that gave us the tapes?
Fraser, I gave him a little shout out in the intro to the audio on the Patreon, but yeah, we'll do it publicly. Sure, I'm not ashamed to say that one of our fans brought us some tapes as a
Can
gift.
I just go get mine? Yeah.
Yes, brought me a Paul Simon tape and brought Christopher a tape of Los Campesinos, which he has next to his bed. Which he's going to run off and show everyone now. I've had some people brought like me some chocolate digestives to one of my shows, which at the time I couldn't eat, but it was nice.
That's good. Oh, I've got some banana bread for you, by the way. For speaking of it. Well, just for you.
Wow.
So, yeah. I don't know if you can eat that though. But
Is this good podcasting? I think we should maybe cut a little bit here.
Shut up. Anyway, I got Los Campesinos, my favourite band, and their
they
live
hate
album.
you, is that right? And they hate you, don't they?
They do hate me. Yeah, something I've noticed over the last couple of years is every time I contact them, they tell me to shut the fuck up or call me a little bitch or something. Specky Gimp.
Did they call you Specky Gimp?
No, but in so many words. He just told me to call me a dipshit. The lead singer called me a dipshit. But my favourite band who called me dipshits, and their live album, limited edition, exclusive for Kissability cassette festival or something. It's a double-decker cassette, and their live album, A Good Night for a Fist Fight, live at Islington Assembly Hall, which is the last gig where their original bass player, who's Ellen, who does stand-up now, it was her last gig.
Have you done stand-up with her?
I was outside Monkey Barrel a couple of years ago wearing my Los Campesinos t-shirt, and a person came up to me and said, "Hey, I like your t-shirt." And I went, "Oh yeah, do you like Los Campesinos?" And she went, "I was in Los Campesinos." I was
That's
like,
probably
"Alright,
the
cool."
coolest
I
thing
was like,
you
"Are
can
you
say.
Ellen?"
Yeah.
She's kind of burying the lead there, to be fair.
I was like, "Oh, I like that album." Where
That's
you're
a bit
the,
like when those boys asked me if I like Bombay Bicycle Club and they were in them, but they allowed me to slag them off in front of them.
That's sick.
An episode 1 deep cut there.
Yeah.
Yes, Mark knows. So we're gonna.
What cassette did you get?
I got a Paul Simon cassette.
Oh,
We're pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So let's do a little deep dive into Marc Jennings.
Oh no, secret
Super
partial.
Secret partial.
Do it fast and it feels like not sure.
Mark is
Got
from
no
Clyde
money.
Bank,
You got
so
dashboard
that's a
secret
no partial
There are rich
immediately.
people in Clyde Bank, though, aren't there?
I'm feeling nicer, but
Yeah.
Right, is that a tallest dwarf sort of scenario though?
wee bit. I mean, depends.
Valentine.
Duncan Ballantyne.
He's for Damure, which was a shite.
really?
But he used to work in the Atlantis pub as well, which is at such
I
a
used to go to
dive.
Ballantyne's gym in Edinburgh,
Aye.
so I don't know what.
Speaks volumes about Clydebank that we don't even have a Ballantyne's gym
Yeah,
there.
yeah, okay.
We were filming a film a few years ago. We made a film. Mark made a film that I was in.
Mm.
And we were filming some of it at Clydebank Library.
That's right.
And they had a thing on the wall with all the famous Clydebankians, and Duncan Ballantyne was up there.
Is Mark's face now on there too?
No, yeah.
Not
Despite
yet.
my constant lobbying.
I don't think Bridges is on the wall, is he?
It's probably before. It probably was made like fucking. I'm surprised Duncan Ballantyne. I didn't
Yeah.
remember it, to be honest.
Alright.
Yeah, it's
Stuck
probably
in my mind, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So, Mark, let's have a look at your pre-show playlist, the vibes that you were trying to set via the medium of music before you perform your Fringe hour. How do you start?
Well, I'll tell you, right. This is probably something I'd be interested in your take on this, because I've done something that I think for a pre-show playlist is a bit unconventional, whereas that for the majority of it, I'm just playing like the second half of an album, and like
Right.
just track by
Interesting.
track.
Okay. So so what album?
It's just Suck It and See by Arctic Monkeys. It's just-
Amazing. I was sitting when I seen your show, I was sitting going, this is a lot of Suck It and See. And I love that record.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
really, and also I feel like it's a transitional record.
Yeah.
You know, it goes between Humbug and AM,
Yeah.
and it feels like that as well.
It's
So
a bit of a
why
tran-
the second half?
Well, because there's just a couple of like they're more slow ballady but nice. Love is a Laser Quest. Suck It and See.
Do you
That's
still feel love is a laser quest?
Pile Driver Waltz.
Or
And
do
then,
you take it all more seriously? I've tried to ask you this in some daydreams that I've had, but you're always busy being make-believe.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
no, that's right. I mean, it was a good rendition.
Like, I used to play that on guitar when I was 18 in high school, and I just sit and go, Do you look into the mirror to remind yourself?
Is it a
you're
little
there?
bit like what's when people are coming in? Do you worry maybe it's a little bit slow or?
I kind of want. I'm doing that on purpose this year because
Interesting.
It's a wistfulness, isn't it?
yeah, it's more. I mean, it's a transitional show for me. Really, it's just after a big thing that we filmed at the Kings. Obviously, when Liam was there opening for me, it's a more personal show than I'm used to doing. I couldn't just have I used to always have like AM and big T-Rex and that kind of stuff. Like, and this one I just wanted it to be more low key. The problem the funny problem I did have is that because it takes some fucking ages to get everybody in, and there's a bar sometimes, because I only had a couple of tracks on it, I would then need to repeat them, which is annoying. I think when you hear a playlist restarting.
Yep.
I remember years ago when I see Russell Brand at the Armadillo and that happened to him, and I was like, oh, this is the same song that was on the first section or whatever. But basically, I ended up putting another couple on just to pad it out. One of them just being, I was just literally, because we need to send them MP3s, and so I've got like an external hard drive on my torrents on it. I just was going through it. I just found a Robbie Williams song, Strong. And I was like, I just put it on because my mom. I talked about my mom on the show. My mom liked Robbie Williams. I'm trying to think how it goes because the other one's Come Undone, which I like, but that's a bit on the nose.
Come undone.
They're selling razor blades to kiddies in the street. Is it kiddies?
Killers in the street. I think.
Killers in the street.
They're selling razor blades to killers in the street. You
Maybe.
think they would be?
Kiddies would make more sense.
Yeah.
Not to improve on Robbie Williams'
You
lyrics.
think that I'm strong?
Oh yeah, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
I just seen it. And I was like, oh, I've not heard that in a while. And I'm like, that's a good one.
Do you know what's good about that song? And we'll talk about this when it comes to my playlist as well. It's one of those songs that I think probably you haven't thought about. I couldn't even remember it.
Aye.
And then he sang it, and I'm like, oh yeah. And that's a really good feeling to give an audience before a show. People go, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
It's like a little excitement, even if it's not like a big banging song. You're like, oh fucking, this is Robbie Williams.
Kind of
song.
a similar thing. Like we are talking about. Obviously, we done the karaoke. The Olga Cock was running, and when you're doing karaoke, it's a similar thing where it's like getting a song that everyone's like, oh fuck, I've not heard that in ages. But it's all people know the lyrics and all that sort of stuff. I actually done Angels obviously at that thing, which was fun. But just while
we had
we're
that
on
discussion, you were like, I'm going to go up and do a daft version of it, and I was like, do not do a daft version.
you need to do it down the barrel.
Put
do
your
it
whole
authentically.
Lucy into it,
Yeah.
and that will be funny.
And actually, that's what you need to do at the Fringe as well in general.
100%.
Put your whole Marc Jussie into it.
Your whole Jennings Lucy.
While we're on Robbie though, this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in
What?
stand up, and it was a walk on music thing, which was I'll not name the person that done it, but basically Jonglers walk on music used to always be Let Me Entertain You
Yeah.
by Robbie Williams.
So come on, let me.
But when we started, me and Chris, around about the time we started, Jonglers, when it was in Mansion House, were running Thursday nights for like open mic nights, and basically nobody would ever show up.
That
right?
was one of the first nights we met.
Probably was,
Yeah,
aye.
yeah.
And then
I tried to get you to go buy fags for me, and you were like,
I did
Jesus.
buy. I remember
Yeah,
buying
yeah,
fags
yeah.
because you didn't have your ID.
Have ID.
You think that I'm young?
You're wrong.
I was young at the time, fuck's sake.
You're over 18. But anyway, so it was basically like whoever was the 8 acts on the bill or something, and like a few friends had brought along, and it was such a shitey gig that basically all the host was
My
doing.
friend Scott was there.
Aye.
Yeah.
All the host was doing was getting up and just sort of talking to us about comedy and giving us some life advice. And he couldn't even be asked to walk up the stairs to the actual stage. He just stood in front of the stage, but they still insisted on playing.
Let me entertain.
Welcome back to the stage, your host. And then he'd be like, it would just like shuffle, and it was like the slowest walk. But it was like, so see, just that dichotomy between Let Me Entertain You, pure blasting, and what was actually happening in the room. It just couldn't have been more.
There was two drunk women, my friend Scott, the acts. That was it.
Yeah.
You know, and Scott was made to pay to get in.
I did a few Jonglers, and it was always that song, and there was one that maybe suited the song.
Yeah.
Nottingham used to be like, it was a big room and it was
Yeah.
packed, but I remember doing Portsmouth Jonglers, man, and it was like the back of a nightclub and just fucking shite, you know.
Yeah.
And then that music playing, and again, like 20 people, you're like, come on.
And see that, and that's a good example of this as well, because occasionally we'll get asked at a certain gig to pick our own intro track, Like like for competitions, I remember when we done the Barrowlands and we got to pick it. And the thing is, see if you do something that's too obviously like you've been in your bedroom fantasizing about coming on to that and, like that, and then you play it, and then again it's that thing of like doing that, and then you fucking die in your ass. Like it's just, I've done that twice actually. Once at Barrowlands, and then once when we done our own show, and I came on to buy Acquiesce by Oasis, and it was too up for what the gig was actually like, and it just. Yeah, it just seems like it's too grandiose to come on.
Normally, when people ask me, what do you want to walk onto, I just say, just something upbeat now. I just say, I don't want to... Because so many times I've given them something and they've gone, oh, I don't know that. You go, no, doesn't matter.
It's hard as well because there's not that many songs that start and just start with the thing that you want to come on to. Sometimes like, all right, okay, I'm in it in 59 seconds in or whatever.
Well, I have, last couple of years ago, I came on to Too Real by Fontaines DC at the Fringe, and that starts with a really long do, literally a minute of just do, and then it fucking starts banging a minute in. So I got open Audacity and just fucking.
It's called tremolo picking.
Yeah, they were tremolo picking. They were tremolo picking their goddamn asses off at the start of that song.
Tremolo picking their noses, man.
Yeah, man.
Flicking them bugsies.
So I tremolo cut some tremolo shit off the start of the song so that it was worked more as an intro. You have to time it right because there's you have to have a little bit of like quietness so that you can do the ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And it's hard though to time it though as well when like you want to do it at a certain point, but there's somebody fucking still at the bar or fucking just gets up to go to the bathroom or the room's not ready for whatever reason.
So what is your actual walk-on music this year?
I just say to them, just whatever's playing, just ramp it up and I'll come on.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Because I don't really have one that I want to come on to for this one.
I saw Nish Kumar do a whip in, must have been 2021, maybe it was the COVID Fringe. Anyway, he just put on Fetch the Bolt Cutters by Fiona Apple. Crazy walk-on music. It's like not fucking... Do you know what I mean? And they just turned it up, and then they didn't even say, please welcome Nish Kumar. He just walked on the stage, and everyone went fucking mental. It was cool, but it was bold.
Yeah. For a whip.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy, but people liked it.
See, can I ask? See if you were to pick one song if you were to record a special. I know it's obviously sometimes it's hard because you can't really get the licensing. But say you were doing it for Netflix, you could get whatever you wanted. What song would you come on to?
God, it's tough, isn't it? Like, if you were sent that email, you would.
For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. Oh shit, where my Metallica t-shirts? That's what I did last year. It was like all the lights would go off. I'd have 10 minutes of jazz playing, and then the lights would go off. Complete darkness. Yeah, but it wasn't abrasive jazz. It was really kind of chill cooking jazz. And then
cooking jazz to cook by.
The lights would go black.
Lo-fi jazz to cook and relax.
See, when you're cooking, it's more about these seasonings you don't use.
It genuinely is. Chinese five spice you can taste when it's not there. So then everything would go black, and then a bell would toll, and everybody would shut up. And then it'd go dun 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 dun, and I'd go, ladies and gentlemen, dun 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 dun, welcome to the stage, dun dun dun, performance stand-up comedy.
You did do
it's
that?
Christopher McCarthy.
Your intro this year is so unhinged. It's so
mad,
funny.
isn't it? I was just about to say that.
We are living in scary times. It's just a funny thing to say at the start of the
and
show.
then comes on and talks about zoos for the night.
So scared of zoos, man.
It's a metaphor.
Those animals creep me out.
Creepy crawlies.
I've used as well. Maybe I would use this. I don't know. But what's the
Joker and the Thief by Wolf Mother?
That's a kind of jonglersy vibe sometimes, though. But if you do it right, it can be pretty. But that's one of the. If it's too, so I've seen people do that in like a room where there's 8 people, and you're like, this isn't Joker and the Thief.
No
Zone, bro.
Do you know what's similar one to that a wee bit is Back in Black, AC/DC.
Can you let Chris just make fun of what I just said there?
Okay.
I can. It's so cool. Such a cool thing.
This isn't the Joker and the Thief zone,
bro. We are not in the Joker and the Thief zone right now. You need at least 150 people for the Joker and the Thief zone, and they have to be like when Bucket hits.
Yeah. That's like an 11 o'clock show. People are fucking flipping tables and stuff, you know.
My intro music's a wee bit too rocky this year, but So what's your
Right.
intro music? It's just whatever it is bounced up.
Yeah.
What do you play when people are leaving? Oh, that's an important part of the show, isn't it?
It's something to do with the show, which
Yeah.
is I can talk about a wee bit if you want. But
Should we save it for later since it's
yeah,
quite
later.
sad?
Yeah.
Okay. Not to gild the lily.
No, we'll come back to that. But walk off music as well. I think.
What's
is
your intro music?
My
then?
intro music this year was obviously I play a video at the start, so I've edited that in there. But
It's quite sad. Can we talk about that later? Back on, sorry.
No, my it's Down with the Sickness.
Yeah.
So that's two. First off, I think that's cool intro music anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
cool.
think that's such a funny song. I love going. And it's-
I genuinely have had people go, I'm thinking of using Down with the Sickness by Disturbed as my walk-on music, and I'm like, someone's using it.
And do you
Liam,
think,
my
because
friend.
I wouldn't even know the name of that song, so do you think that you're just like, this is for real heads that go, oh, these songs are all about sick or being ill or whatever?
So my pre-show music is all I can tell you it, right. I've got
Because
it
you
out.
obviously done Just Like a Pill at karaoke by Pink.
You're just like a
And the reason that
pill,
was in my
and
head
you're
is
making
because
me ill.
I chose it. So my pre-show is all like themed, which some people do sometimes, but it's trying to get that balance of it's all themed to do with the show, but you still want to hit those right notes of it being like,
This is the pains and difficulties of being a vibe conjurer,
yeah, absolutely. Not enough people are
which
talking
I
about
think we
this.
should rename the
He's
podcast.
really, it's a shame Stu isn't here, because I know Stu spends about fucking 4 months preparing his pre-show playlist as well.
Yeah, he's got a CMAT on it this year, I think.
So I start with Picture Me in a Hospital by Baby Shambles. Then it goes into Pills by New York Doll. And then Just Like a Pill by Pink. We then hit Sore Tummy by Pause.
Shout out to Pause.
And we never quite get there, but the last song is Tummy Ache by Diet Sig.
I love Sore Tummy. How does it go again? It's like a wee guitar riff.
Well, it's pretty sort of lo-fi indie stuff.
They don't know what they want.
It's-
Doctors don't know anything. They're not right.
Yeah.
Well, my belly sure
So
does hurt
it's
me.
generally lo-fi indie stuff, but then there's that Pink Like a Pill, which has that sort of people going, oh, yeah, I hear people singing along to it every day.
Yeah.
The more people hear sing, you want the right amount of people singing along to it. You don't want the whole room going, just like a
Oh,
pill.
imagine coming on to that.
Yeah, then you're like, well, hang on, they're a bit too up for
I'm
this
playing
show.
a Hindu.
Yeah.
You know.
And then come on to Down with the Sickness, which I saw Phoebe Bridgers come onto that at the Barrowlands with
you
the
heard the-
flying V guitar.
The Neil Sissy Arega mouth sounds tribute to that, where he goes, so no one told you life was gonna be this way. Oh, instead of the claps. It's really good. Really good stuff.
Good stuff. And then my walk-off music is Still Ill by the Smiths.
Can I just say, that is one of the best songs of all time.
Yeah.
And I was crying coming out your show the other day.
Still ill. Which
Is it the one with the
obviously-
harmonica intro?
No.
Oh, I love the one with the harmonica intro.
It's the it's kind of, which obviously is thematically tied into the show
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And it's like it's you can have a Smiths post show. Smiths pre show is a little bit harder.
But that's like a rockabilly type beat, man.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
still it's not the most depressing one, but I mean it is.
Fuck, that
Would you think
song's
it's
so
too
good.
depressing to have them before? Is this charming man you could probably get away with?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
I used the Smiths as my walk-on when I done the Boyd with the thorn in his side, and I had the boy with the thorn in his side, behind the hatred there lies. That was good,
Yeah.
but nobody got it. Nobody got the poster. It was a Smiths album cover. Nobody got the
Yeah,
title was
that's
the
the
Smiths
first time
plan.
I had seen that, because to be honest, when I got into the Smiths, I just was listening to an album called The Sound of the Smiths. It's like Alan Partridge, what's your favourite Beatles album? Best of the Beatles.
Best of the Beatles.
Best of the
Got to be
Beatles.
the best of the Smiths.
The Sound of the Smiths is my favourite.
Morrissey was actually furious about that record being put out.
Was
So
he?
he didn't want. Well, nobody wants to have a greatest hits put out because then AC/DC refused to have a greatest hits. 'Cause
I think though that there's a little bit of like publicly saying we don't want to do this because it's not cool, but then privately going, but you can do it because it makes a lot of fucking
Money. Yeah.
The Radiohead one was different because they'd already left their label at that point, and then the label were like, well, we own all the songs, so we're going to do the best of Radiohead, and they were like, please do not buy this album.
And Tupac fucking died, and then Death Row still had all his albums. He was just fucking punting that shit out for years.
Yeah, not much he can do about that though, to be fair.
When you are deceased.
We could not orchestrate his murder.
Yeah, to be fair. I haven't thought about that. What's your pre-show music then this year?
Well, like I say, I'm a vibe conjurer right now. I'm trying to conjure a powerful sense of dread, to quote Superhands.
Yep.
So what have I got? So the first song's called Willie Wright and the Sparklers, Gibble Gobble. Then I go into Pass the Hatchet.
You're gonna have to like, what is that?
I'll get to that. Okay, so Gibble Gobble by Willie Wright and the Sparklers.
Sorry, I just wanted to do that.
Pass the Hatchet by Roger and the Gypsies. Beaver Shot by the Periscopes, and Watusi Zombie by Jan Davis. And those are kind of 1960s Las Vegas grind music,
right?
Which was this compilation that was put out, and it was all it was. I love this kind of compilation genre, the Las Vegas grind. They've done like 8 volumes of it, and it's music that strippers danced to in Las Vegas in the 60s. It's not. It's just like rock bands, but they have nobody ever danced to music like that. But it's all like kind of primitive, groovy R&B like beat music, and it's all kind of scary.
So
and
they've made up
themed.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Can I just ask, how the fuck do you know any of that? Like,
What?
how do you know? See that thing you've just said? How the fuck do you know?
We do a
about
music
it?
podcast, Mark.
I know, but how do you get there?
How do you know who killed Tupac?
1950s fucking. Well, because it was both of them in Las Vegas, I suppose.
yeah,
That's the only.
But you know that thing where like a lot of lads will stay up late at night scrolling fucking Wikipedia articles about old footballers and reading what clubs they went to.
Or seeing who his mum and dads have got
Or
bully
seeing who
names
mum and
on,
dads
like,
have got
yeah.
fucking money. Well, you know, Christopher stays up and reads fucking, you know,
I found out about
obscure music blogs.
I used
American
to-
Cum.
I used to work for a
and watches
guy.
anime porn.
I used to work for a guy who was a big. He was a kind of DJ.
A DJ.
A DJ.
The French DJ.
He was
A rock DJ.
Le DJ.
Le déjeuner. What does déjeuner mean? That means something.
Déjeuner. I déjeuner of any
Did
fucking
you know
clue.
what I'm talking about, man? Fucking hell.
I
But
didn't know.
so that genre, the Las Vegas grind stuff, he put that on when we were driving to, I want to say, some leisure centre to hand out flyers.
Is that the Some Laugh official leisure
Yeah,
centre?
it's branched out.
I mean, it's just some leisure. It's not all leisure.
We have bought Coatbridge Time Capsule and rebranded it. The
We're
Some
going to
Leisure.
rebuild the Playdrome in Clydebank.
It was some place with a wave machine, and we were just driving there, and he stuck it on. I was like, "This music's amazing. What's this?" And he said, "Oh, Las Vegas Grind." And I go, "Can I
Who
do
was
that?"
this?
It was like my manager at my work. He was a DJ,
Right, okay.
and he loved old rock music. Now he's a tour manager. He's quit.
What's that
Um,
great compilation Nuggets? The
So that is like the that's like the beginning. I get into like old compilations,
Right,
and then
yeah.
Las Vegas Grind's a wee bit more, you know.
Yeah, okay.
But I just think it
Sorry to
conjures
bring up
such
a
a.
mainstream 60s compilation. How fucking embarrassing of me. That's like,
Well,
that's like
best-
the early, that's like your obvious one.
What best of the Beatles?
It's not this one. I'm not going to act as if it's not. I'm going to act as if I'm not being
No,
completely
not
on the
at all.
button.
I'm
yeah.
saying I'm embarrassed.
No, you should
I'm
be.
embarrassed myself.
No, you have been. It's on the top 500 list by Jean Venner. But so those are all kind of horror, pulpy fumed. Then I've got Punk Rock Loser by that Viagra Boys, which is like I just fall in love with the Viagra Boys the last couple of months, man.
That's the clip.
That's fun stuff though. The Viagra Boys. I've listened to
Yeah.
them.
It's
Roscoe
like,
likes them too.
Yeah, he saw them at Glasgow. I just got to them.
Glasgow.
Yeah, he was watching Glasgow on TV.
Oh, you can't say someone saw them at Glasgow if they're watching Glastonbury in the house.
Yeah, I actually saw Elton John at Glasgow.
Oh, I'm so tired after Glastonbury this weekend. God, I was in my living room for 3 days.
VR headset.
In the VIP area of Glasgow on my TV.
Yeah.
There's fridges, there's phone chargers, there's everything, man. It's comfortable.
It's just a kind of cool, slouchy, greasy fucking beat, man, you know? And it's about where he goes, I just go to parties, but I don't get dressed up. I attend the functions just to fuck shit up. I'm not your average normal dude, yeah, I'm a savage. I keep things loose. It's just like the mindset I want to get in before I do stand up, which is that I'm a fucking loser who somehow has confidence.
Yeah, I think you're there.
Yeah, I'm there. And then Paul McCartney, I've been McCartney pulled through this podcast. 1985, which Frankie stuck on in the tour. Frankie Kokoza when we were
Frankie
on tour.
Kokoza, yeah. You sent me that song at the time. So
Yeah, it's like, and it's like, it's just like a pure harbinger of doom, that song, but it's like a piano thumping thing. Oh, I love it.
No country music?
No. I've been getting into country recently, actually, but I didn't have any for this.
And what do you come off? What's
coming off? Well, Ammo and the Sniffers I go on to. Some Much Can't Be Muzzled. I bet too.
Are we going to go see Ammo on the Sniffers this week?
I would like to. Deaf Heaven's playing on 2 days as well.
On 2 days?
Yeah. And then I come off. This has been getting a lot of questions for people. What is that song when you're playing at the end? Another Night by the Men, which is like dun 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 dun, and a saxophone comes. Dun, dun,
People love a saxophone.
And it's just about, I just can't take it for another night, which is how I feel about the Fringe.
I haven't had many questions this year. Last year I had a few more when I played. What's that mad Japanese 80s pop lassie that we like? Plastic Love. Plastic Love lady.
Yeah, Plastic Love.
Do you want
Yeah.
to know something mental that I nearly ended? I was thinking about in my show as, and it involves a saxophone.
What?
Basically, right, I only wrote the show. I started writing the show in May. I had 3 months to write it, and I knew there's a bit in the show where I'm talking about like no getting into doing stuff that I'd always wanted to do. And one of the things I've always said I'll do at some point in my life, I always think like once I get settled with stand up, when I've mastered the form, or when I feel like I'm a bit comfortable and I've got time for other hobbies and stuff, I'd like to learn the saxophone.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, basically, right? Well,
Wow.
except for the Epstein stuff and everything else.
Come
of
on.
that. Apart from landscape, which I did think was cool. But I would love a blowjob in the White House. But apart from that, you know.
I know a tour guide if you're interested.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Me?
but I've always thought it'd be cool, and then so I did consider, and I know a lassie who plays the saxophone. I says how, and I've got this song that I play at the end, that's like a reference to something in the show, and I thought I could maybe tie in playing this song at the end with me getting round to doing and stuff and surprising the crowd at the end by playing this like song on the saxophone as my outro music.
What?
And I was like, how long would it take me to learn the first 30 seconds of this song? Like, could I do it in 3 months? And I like, if I practiced a couple hours a day and all that sort of stuff. And she was like, it's going to be really difficult. And I was looking it up on YouTube, and I nearly bought a saxophone.
Wow.
Which would have been an insane thing to do.
That would have been an amazing ending to the show. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Next
basically
year,
because you'd have
Marc.
been achieved something fucking impossible. That's such a like. I love the confidence of that though. I could probably learn saxophone.
But I was like,
in
yeah,
10
I could do like 3 or 4 hours practice a day. I'm like, see if I'd done that on the show itself.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of that time. So I was, kind of got quietly dropped, and I was like, there's no way I could achieve this. But
What about the saxophone is alluring to you?
well, do you know, see, when we were younger, me and my mates went to Iron and I had I know that sounds like a stupid start to that story,
I think that's where Miles Davis first picked up his love for jazz as well.
The Magaluf.
but I had Careless Whisper by George Michael on my iPhone, right, or my
course.
iPod. And my mate heard me listening to it one day and started laughing, and then so we started playing it by the poolside, like, and they just put it on repeat, and like, cause now you've got like we would just put our iPod on for the whole pool, and then like so it just became like we would just play it on repeat, and then the thing about Careless Whispers, it really dies down, and then it kind of bigs up again. It's basically like, if you've ever heard that John Mulaney bit where he talks about the Salt and Pepper Diner and playing Tom Jones, What's New Pussycat over and over, we basically done that, and it was so funny, and so we just played it every day, and like, to the point where everybody first was a bit annoyed, and then it became like the pure running joke that was a holiday song, and it was funny because it wasn't 1984 or whatever. But since then I've always liked it, and then I like Jerry Rafferty, Baker Street, and I just like stuff with saxophones. I thought, I've never been musically inclined, but I just think it would be a cool instrument to learn.
Do you think so? Like, I learnt guitar, but like I wasn't a natural. Like, I'm not naturally musically very.
Yeah.
You know, like some people can.
I'd love to see you play guitar.
Some people can
Midland.
hear a song and go, "Oh, just pick up a guitar and just
Aye.
play it by ear." I could never
It's
do
just
that.
practice though.
No, I think there is an element of naturally. I could follow chords and tabs, and if I practice that, like a game, I could do that. But hearing something and being like, "Oh, that's that," I found that very difficult. But would you think you have a natural ear for stuff like that?
It's hard to know because I've not really done much musical stuff.
How do you feel about singing though? Like,
because this is a funny thing. Because actually nowadays I don't believe really in talent at all. Like I think there's you can have somewhat of a knack for it, but really it's just about practice, isn't it?
You get freaks. Gifted freaks, but most people are just out there bashing their head against a wall, and usually then you see them after 10 years of bashing, and you're like, oh, they're good.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I wasn't.
But funnily enough, I think that everybody has this thing a wee bit where that's why you'd always see that on Pop Idol and stuff like that. People who pretty much never sang before in front of anyone and going, what if I've just got the best voice the world has ever seen and just nobody knows about it? And then we go up and do it and then it just be terrible. So I've got that confidence of like, I might be an amazing singer, but I know for a fact that I actually am. But I do have that thing of like, well, it's never been tested. It's like those people that have never been in a fight, but they go, I could fucking batter every cunt.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Aye.
It's mad when you meet people. You know what? You get it a lot with fucking old cunts as well, who still think they're fucking 19 years old, who never had a fight then, but now they're 60. I've got to put my family.
And they're also the guys that pure creep out young lasses because they think they could. Everybody wants to shag them and they could batter every cunt. Yeah, shagging and fighting and singing.
I don't know any of these guys. 60-year-old guys.
Fucking two of them. I'll bat you little cunt.
Sitting either side of you, and I'll shag you.
A
horrible couch to be in.
Well, I hope one day you do learn saxophone. If that's your dream.
I feel like it's a cool thing to do.
I bought Samantha. She wanted a saxophone, and I didn't have a lot of money at the time, so I got her a J sax, junior sax, a plastic saxophone.
A lot of questions asked when you went in and says, I'm wanting a junior sax for my girlfriend.
Yeah. This is for 12-year-olds? Yes.
So am I.
Horrible. No. She's an adult woman and this is a J sax, and she was just too self-conscious to play in the flat in case it bummed her neighbours out. And I'm like, but fucking Anita next door plays the piano all the time.
Yeah.
You know, upstairs I was watching Marvel films.
Get them all playing at once. Get a little band going, a little piano, saxophone, Marvel band.
I would honestly be so sick for Anita and Sam to team up saxophone piano.
I've got a guy in my street that plays bagpipes.
Oh, dreadful.
Yeah, he doesn't do that often, thankfully, but I think it's kind of cool.
Scottish, isn't it?
I don't want to hear it a lot, but it's cool that he does that.
Scottish, isn't it? It sure is. So, listen, we're kind of coming near to the end of the hour.
He's only to pay extra if you want an hour studio time.
It's been a looser ep than usual. However, we have chatted maybe about doing a one-off special edition of Tattoo Woohoo.
We're free.
With three guys reviewing tattoos, we're gonna Google image search and then we'll choose if it's tattoo woohoo or tattoo boohoo. We're judging the ink, yeah, that's what we do. Full sleeve or face, tail, a big skull or wing. Bet you pick the design, is it a battle just fine? Or dragon or a skull, pretentious or tall, you cannot hide, and we will decide if it's tattoo woohoo or tattoo boohoo. Yeah.
So yeah, I got some new tattoos prior to the Fringe, which maybe we could get a review of you guys. So I show one at a time. Maybe I'll go up. I'll show it to the camera.
Do you want me just I can jump up to the camera and we can zoom in on it if you want.
Is it autofocus?
There you go.
But now we can't see it.
So how would you describe that? Yeah. 1 out of 10.
I'm gonna go onto the camera and we'll look at it in real time.
Cool. Wow.
And judge it. If sit down and show Chris and I'll see it for you.
You're sitting on your microphone, buddy. Okay, so up here you got
These guys. So this is brand new for 2023. This was tattooed by Kitty Preston down at what's the name of that the tattoo shop? Can't remember.
Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. tattoo shop.
So what is that exactly?
These are characters from Studio Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli is a Japanese anime studio, generally regarded as the best cartoonists in the world.
Yeah, and these are little characters that appear in My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away.
On the same level of prestige as Pixar between 2006 and 2012, I would say.
Yeah, and they're called Soot Sprites, and they're just little fun fellas who sort of lead our main characters on the beginning of their journey in Totoro specifically. And I just thought they were fun, cute little guys. So I went to Japan on my honeymoon. So we went to the Studio Ghibli design studio. So it's kind of to do with that, and I just think they're cool guys. Look, I mean,
what's the guy's name? Hayao Miyazaki.
Yes, yeah.
And he has loads. He's a great old man who just shows up to work every day and he's fucking not enjoying it. Smoking fags.
They've got his first Ghibli movie in like 10 years is coming out next month.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited about it. So, happy to have your honest opinions on them.
Mm-hmm. I think it's great line work. I think the shading's phenomenal. I like My Neighbor Totoro. Is that one of your favourite films?
I like it a lot. Yeah,
you like it a lot.
I don't know if it's one of my favourite films.
You got a tattoo, don't you?
Well, yeah, I'm loosey goosey with my tattoos. I don't necessarily have to be my favourite stuff ever. Just stuff I like.
Yeah. Okay. That's weird.
Mark, as someone who doesn't know the film, what's your take?
It's a boohoo from me.
What's your favourite anime, Mark?
I don't.
Did you Mark? I wish you'd seen on camera Mark's confused face at the word anime. Well, you must watch Dragon Ball Z or someone you.
Oh yeah, I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Goku and all that.
I knew
Vegeta.
He likes it. Would you get a Goku?
You got such
tattoo?
Dragon Ball Z energy. Do you know what I mean?
Actually,
honestly, I do feel like part of the way I put my hair is to try and recreate Super Saiyan
Vegeta,
Goku.
Yeah.
I've got and I
Super
actually
Saiyan
have always
culture.
been tempted to re-dye my hair blonde.
I can't
just
wait
so
for
I
you to
could look-
achieve your ultimate form and just like
Vegeta playing the saxophone.
just scream and pull out a saxophone, and that's how you destroy your enemies. And I have this other one as well. This is my.
It's a woohoo for me.
This is a Godspeed.
Okay,
tattoo.
Godspeed you, Black Emperor. One of our most, maybe not most listened to episodes, but definitely one of our most creatively
Iconic.
satisfying episodes.
That's cool, man. I do like that one.
Roscoe said it looks like Goatsy.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Goatsy,
It's very online. Mark, do you know what Goatsy is?
No.
Okay.
I love Mark, man. I love this.
It's just nice to meet somebody who doesn't know about Goatsy.
Goatsy was a very popular image on the early internet of a man opening up his bum.
Really
Right.
weird.
And it was like one of the first sort of memes, really.
Yeah, it was.
Not like these modern memes
Patient
these days.
Zero.
Yeah. It did look like a zero.
You couldn't imagine how wide this guy's opening his bum.
So Roscoe's basically said you look like you've got some mansplaining his anus.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Which
Because he's literally pulling it apart.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean it does. Yeah, I can see that.
Very similar to the shape of the shrines from Tears of the Kingdom.
Because my issue with the insects here is that these things they look like insects.
Right.
They are kind of. They're little guys.
They're little fun bugs.
Yeah.
Little fun.
They're
cute
little
bug guys.
pieces of dirt who lead the girls on their journey.
Yeah,
of grief.
just like Christopher, a little piece of dirt who leads girls on journeys. What's wrong with you?
Horrendous thing to say about anybody. Not true. Wow.
But I like that one a lot more. The Godspeed tattoo.
a lot more. Okay, so
Is it done?
is it done?
Uh,
What do you mean?
is it finished?
The tattoo?
Yeah.
What do you think is missing from it?
Shading.
Oh, I like it. It's just like
It's
a
just
black.
like-
It does look kind of religious as well.
It is religious, yeah.
Yeah.
Religion for the end of the world. The religion for a godless
opening your
post-apocalypse. Is there anything more godless than just pulling your cheeks apart?
I mean, anyone who comes to my Fringe show with a
Some people do that as a religion, that they open their bum holes and put it into the sun and they try and get sunshine right into their anus.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
I think
true.
honestly, I think that works. Honestly,
And I think
not
maybe,
slagging those cunts off.
and I'm not saying that you know that this is true, but have you tried that to cure your colitis?
No, I haven't. It's a sunny day today. There's a little area of sun in the
It's a
corner
shame
of the
we
room
don't-
there.
yeah.
Maybe I could try and use fake sunlight with some of the lighting setup you've got
Yeah,
here.
and Elgato key light can maybe do the same.
Is that Elgato? I had an Elgato capture card when I was a
Yeah.
Twitch streamer.
So I think that brings us nicely to the end of the episode. We hope you've enjoyed this.
We've not
more-
spoke about this Mark's song on his show.
I thought
you-
you.
I don't need to this. I've said enough.
Too sad.
Come and see my show.
Okay.
Go see Marc's show. I mean, this will be out. Yeah, I think there'll still be some days left at the Fringe. So
No way. Well,
yeah, this comes out on Monday. There's still 5 days of the Fringe left. It's never ending. The Fringe. It's 1,000 years long.
how are you feeling just now, Liam?
What do you mean?
Too
About
sad.
About the
Talk about this later.
Trying to wrap up the episode.
I know.
You're like, now's the perfect time to check in with your mates.
Check in with your mates, man. Check in online with your mates.
I mean, honestly, I'm happy to put it on record. I think it's been a beautiful Fringe.
Mhm.
I've never seen so many local acts destroying so consistently. Everybody is having amazing Fringes. Not only are they having, on paper, everyone is selling incredibly. Literally everybody is selling so well. But also artistically, everyone we know has pushed himself so much further beyond where they've been before. And I think it's a really beautiful time to be involved in the Scottish comedy circuit in Scotland.
I never even thought about that, but I do think literally everybody's shows are just like, it's that David Bowie thing where you swim out just to where your feet can't touch the bottom.
Yeah.
I've seen so many stuff where I went, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And I've loved
Crystal, Mary-Elaine, you guys, Stuart, Stevie, everyone is like fucking...
Stevie's ending, I was just like, Stevie, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
This is insane.
It's amazing, and I think that is a few things coalescing at once. So most people are doing their third or fourth show, so feeling a bit creatively free. But I also think the success of Some Laugh has given you a bit of freedom when you know you're going to be selling tickets.
And we're lucky to have Monkey Barrel come up at the time.
And
it's come
Monkey
up as
Barrel.
well, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
as
you're not going to lose a couple of grand for the schmelded Flynn, you know.
So I feel like we're at our New York in the early noughties indie band era of Strokes, Nelson Sound System, all coming out of that one place at once. I feel
Should we
like
start doing coke?
I think start. I think we're in the me in the bathroom era of Scottish comedy. So that's how I'm doing. If you want to end on a sincere note, go
Can
check
you
out
imagine
some-
how much better like we would all be going creatively forward and taking in the risks if I'd just learned the saxophone? But
Listen, I'll give you
You've
the
really let us
J6, man.
down.
Sam doesn't use it,
Really
so
let
if you
us
want to
down.
learn it, it's really hard, man. It's so loud as well.
I'll take the
It's
junior
one of the
one.
instruments that you can't learn quietly.
Yeah, that's true.
You just
Thanks
need to go.
Thanks so much for enjoying
Sorry.
a playlist, for enjoying an album.
This is Enjoy a Playlist, some
Some
mashup,
gaff.
some laugh, gash up.
Yeah, the Some Laugh Mash Gash Up with Marc Jennings. Thank you so much for coming in. Go check out Some Laugh if you
What do you mean?
haven't
Thanks for
already.
him for coming in. You've came into here.
Thanks to me for coming into your house. Thanks to Christopher.
We've been here for a minute.
Yeah,
You've just
yeah.
come in for the first time.
Can I just say as well,
Really trying to wrap this up.
it
there.
really broke my heart when you done the live show and at the end Chris just didn't say give up for Liam Withnail.
Can we address that, actually?
I know you don't want to wrap it up. Now you don't want to wrap it
End of
up.
the live show, the patrons will see this. You'll be able to fucking find this point. I'm like, we've just had one of the best, most fun shows
He
of our
also
life.
forgot, as he always does, to ask you if you enjoyed an album, which was kind of funny.
I said, give it up for Christopher MacArthur Boyd, and the audience all clapped, and Christopher was just like, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm stood there like, it's my fucking turn, dickhead. You go and give it up for Liam Withnail. Unbelievable. It's like you've never done a show before. How long have you been in comedy?
I'm not a natural compere.
Yeah.
I'm not a natural host.
Not a natural good guy.
I'm a good guy.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope
Apologies
we
to
hope
you and the community.
you have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you next week on Enjoy an Album.
Peace and love in the new millennium. Give it up for Liam Withnail, ladies and gentlemen.